Hello and welcome to your next session of your Business Administration course with Plato Training. Today we're going to be taking a look at social media for business use part 2. So your aims and objectives of today's session are to state why a business uses social media and the advantages that it can have. You're going to state why social media is good for engagement and state the boundaries of social media and why we need to be cautious when we are using it. So, like I said yesterday, some of you may be more familiar with social media than others, and there are lots and lots of different channels out there for social media where we looked at those yesterday. Some of you will use lots of them, and some of you will use none of them. And like I said, businesses are similar. So, a bit of a recap from yesterday. So, you looked at different types of social media channels that are available. Today, you're going to develop that knowledge and look at the benefits and advantages that social media can have. So if you do need to refamiliarise yourself with what those channels do, then please look back at your work from yesterday. Once again, if you wish to do further research independently for this unit, I would highly suggest you do. That's only going to help your knowledge further. So the main reasons that businesses use social media. So it's a key part of advertising for any business because there's an ability to reach thousands, perhaps millions or even billions of customers worldwide, and it makes it an easy opportunity to grow a business. Social media is stress-free relatively, it's cost-effective for the amount of reaches that you can get, and it is excellent for marketing. You can engage your target audience, your customers, directly by interacting with them on social media. And by being on social media and having a good presence and engagement with those customers, it can generate much more traffic or customers to your company website. So for question 1, I would like you to identify why a business uses social media. Give at least 2 examples within your answer. An online community. So what is an online community? So an online community or a web community is a virtual community. So it's a group of people on the internet who interact with each other about any shared interests they may have. So they're not only going to be communicating together, but they're going to share knowledge and work together on their interests. So a couple of examples of a shared community could be, for example, a private Facebook group for people who like to play Scrabble. Or there is a forum called Net Mums, which is a forum where new mums chat about what works best for their babies. The advantages of building an online community. So an online community has lots of advantages. It can increase customer loyalty and retention, meaning they'll buy or use your service again. It can increase your website traffic, so you're going to get more visits to your website, which hopefully leads to more subscriptions or sales. You can get real customer reviews in your online community. Customers can talk to each other about your products or services. And if customers are talking about your products or services, they may be able to help each other out with questions that they have about your product. So for question 2, I would like you to explain the advantages of an online community. Please give at least 3 examples within your answer. I would here very much welcome you to do some of your own research about some more advantages of building an online community to really strengthen your answer. Please pause this video here whilst you complete the question. So we've looked at lots and lots of positives regarding social media for business use. The positives of advertising and engagement for business. But why do we need to be aware of the business being mentioned on social media? We need to think about possibilities of other reasons why we're being mentioned on social media. So it's important to monitor when your business is being mentioned on social media because it gives the business a chance to see where and how the business is being discussed. So that could be used for a marketing strategy. It gives an insight into customer needs and what they want. So perhaps someone's disappointed that you don't stock a certain item. It's positive to engage with good comments. Customers may need help with a product or service that they've bought from you, so you need to reply to that. And also, customers may have a complaint that needs dealing with in a positive way. So for question 3, I would like you to describe why a business should be aware when they are mentioned on social media. Again, here I would very much welcome you to bring in some of your own research so that you can develop a paragraph of at least 3 sentences to describe your answer. Please pause this video here to complete the question. Social media for engagement. So what does social media engagement mean? So we looked at this a little bit yesterday, where I asked you to do some research on it. So social media engagement is the interaction between people across a range of social networks. So social media engagement measures the public shares, likes, saves and comments for an online business's social media efforts. So it's a good measurement tool for the marketing team to see how successful their social media strategy is working for the business. So businesses that focus on building their social media engagement can benefit from marketing knowledge by knowing what their customer wants. They will know more about customer satisfaction. They can see the customer's feedback. They can create a better marketing reach, so they'll be able to reach more customers. They'll get a higher return on investment. So if their marketing strategy is good, they will get more sales or subscriptions for their service, and so the cost of the adverts can have a higher return, which means that there's more money in the business. And lastly, a greater brand awareness, so more people that know about the business as it's discussed more online, which means that you're going to attract more customers easily. So for question 4, I would like you to state the benefits of using social media for engagement. Please give at least 2 examples in your answer. Again, I would highly recommend that you do some of your own research there as well to really show your understanding, to develop the statement of at least 2 sentences. So monitoring social media engagement using management tools. So social media engagement is measured through likes, comments, shares and also saves across social media channels, those channels that we looked at yesterday. So it can be monitored using different tools, so you don't actually manually have to do it. Some of these tools are Google Analytics, Hootsuite, Buffer, Sprout Social and Iconosquare. So what do these monitoring tools do? So they are very clever, they are robots, and they've been developed to enable businesses to grow online. So during your live session, you should have researched them. If you were unable to attend the live session, please pause the video here and do some research about each monitoring tool. But remember, you don't need to know all about them, but you do need to have some awareness so that you can identify what they do. And it's not a copy and paste job, put it into your own words. So I have some words here where I've done a bit of research myself on each of these monitoring tools. So let's have a look at these. If you did not attend the live session, this may benefit you, but once again remember that you cannot just copy these straight in, as it's my research, it makes it really obvious. So Google Analytics analyzes in-depth detail about customers who visit your business website. Hootsuite, it helps you to track and manage your many social network channels, so it can enable you to monitor what people are saying about your brand and help you respond instantly. Buffer, this is designed to manage accounts in social media networks by providing the means for the user to schedule posts to all social media accounts, as well as analyze their results and engage with their community. Sprout Social, this is an easy to use smart inbox to help manage inbound messages, new followers and brand keywords. Iconosquare is a tool that analyzes usage that will help you to see what's working and what's not working, so that you can strengthen your Instagram strategy. Did you know such tools were out there before today? I'd definitely heard of Google Analytics before I started teaching this, and I had an awareness that Hootsuite existed, but not some of the others. So I would like you to identify for question 5 3 ways of monitoring social media engagement. Remember that you need to use a supporting sentence with your answer, so it's not just a list, which means you need to show your understanding of each example. This is where the research from your live session or from researching now will really come in, because what I don't want to see is you using the exact sentence that I've given you. Please pause this video whilst you complete the question. So, we've looked at lots and lots of positives, but there are some negatives to using social media. These are hackers, malicious software, disclosure of confidential information, PR disasters, and legal liability for posted content. So with hackers, the business social media channels could be hacked and used by others, which could put your business in a really bad light if they're posting malicious tweets or posts, or they could use it to steal confidential data. Malicious software, so criminals can add dangerous content to the advertisements on your social media channels, so they can like maybe override your link, so that your link then takes the customer to a different place where they can scam them. Disclosure of confidential information, so if you're working for the business on the social media channels, then you could accidentally disclose confidential information, for example when you're dealing with a customer query or complaint. A PR disaster, I'm going to have a look at that with you on the next slide. And legal liability for posted content, so the content that you've posted, it could mean that you have to refund customers, or worse, it could leave you in court with a very big bill. It depends on what has been posted, but there have been some in the past. So let's now have a look at a PR disaster. So this example is by the brand Dove. So Dove was accused of racism because what this portrays is that the black lady on the left is dirty. So that when she takes her top off in the middle picture, she appears as a white person on the right who is being seen as clean. So this is a clear example of racism within a PR. There are other examples of similar things, so there's other examples including things like sexism, and this is why you've got to be so careful with what you're posting on social media or in advertisements. When this advert was released, it quickly got taken down because there was huge uproar, and that's rightly so. It's disgusting. So for question 6, I would like you to identify risks that are associated with social media for business use. I would like you to use at least 3 examples within your answer. So you need to make sure that you are identifying the risk and showing how this can affect a business, not just listing the risks, and please make sure you're using your own words here. Please pause this video whilst you complete question 6. So we've looked at social media business policies previously, however we just need to strengthen your knowledge here now that we're on the social media unit. It's going to help to keep you safe at work, especially if you're in charge of posting on business social media accounts. So why is it important that all businesses have the social media policy? So it's going to avoid any conflict of interest. It's going to help the business to have an identity. So rather than it being sort of personality focused from different staff members, you should all be using the same sort of content and identity. It ensures confidentiality, promotes honesty and respect. It helps with compliance, such as code of conduct, and it separates company and personal messages. So you need to be the face of the business, not the face of yourself. For some reason, people still see social media as very informal, but from a business perspective, it can't be too informal, because otherwise professionalism becomes too personal. So conflict of interest, it stops staff from being able to profit from the business social media for their own benefit. Um, Establishes the identity, so it, like I said before, making sure that the face of the business is correct, so it makes sure that all published information relates to the brand of the business. Confidentiality, so staff can't leak information, and if they do, they are accountable. The tone, the wording, and the manners will promote honesty and respect in all social media communications. Compliance, such as code of conduct, so it ensures that staff know what is expected of them when they're posting on social media and where their boundaries are, what they can and cannot do. And it separates company and personal messages, so ensures that staff must write on behalf of the business, not on behalf of themselves, which is why I talked about professionalism before. So for question 7, I would like you to explain why a business should have a social media policy and give at least 3 reasons with your answer. Again, this is where your own research will really come in to benefit you, because you need to explain using 3 to 4 full sentences to develop a paragraph. For your learning activity log for today, you need to have today's date. Customer service is your aim. Activities, social media part 2, and tell me what you have learned. Tomorrow we're going to be looking at business enterprise planning part 1, and I need tomorrow's date. So that concludes today's session, where you should have achieved the following aims and objectives: to state why a business uses social media and the advantages it can have, to state why social media is good for engagement, and to state the boundaries of social media and why we need to be cautious when we are using it.